have a story to tell. A recruiter reached out to me with a job that I have no experience in. She was like, hey, do you want to try out this job? And the first thing I thought about was like, is this a scam? Until she called me and I figured, okay, this girl has really nice vibes. She's super easy to talk with. She was very patient and answered all my questions. So I figured, okay, let's go. Let's see what this job is all about. It's like bilingual writing, Dutch and English. So I did 2 assessments. I had another interview with somebody actually working at the company. Now I have a contract waiting for me. I am pointing at my laptop. I don't know, this is just crazy to me. I remember 2 weeks ago filming a video about navigating unemployment abroad, and here I am having a contract waiting for me in a field that I have no experience in. It is a crazy turn of events. Ever since I got the contract, which was yesterday, I've been walking around with this dilemma of should I do it or not? And I wrote down the pros and the cons. Obviously, the pros are routine, an income, working from home, which then also means I get to travel, at least within Canada. The cons, there's not very many, except that I have severe imposter syndrome. I sometimes wish I could just step out of my brain for a bit and tell myself, hey, it's not as bad as you think. I haven't always had a good experience in the workplace, and that has left me with corporate trauma. So after asking for some advice, all of them, they said the same thing. Like, if it doesn't work out, you can always quit. And maybe there is a bit of a stigma to quitting. At least there is for me. Like, I do feel like quitting is, to me, which is bad, but quitting to me feels like giving up. But it can also feel very freeing. Why can't I feel more confident knowing that I can stop whenever I want? Like, I can have that control at any time. It just gets me thinking. It just has me kind of reflecting on my choices in the past. I have been working in product design for 5 years. This being something completely different, like, I am trying to broaden my horizons. So why wouldn't I do this? On top of that being a totally new industry and a new kind of job, I'm just thinking, like, what if this is gonna make everything worse? But on the other hand, you could also think, what if this makes everything better? I am a career-driven girl. However, I get bored really fast. I like to try out different kind of stuff. I want to look back on my lifetime feeling fulfilled, seeing all the great adventures that I was able to go on, knowing that I've learned multiple things throughout my lifetime. If I were to do the same thing for the rest of my life, I don't think I would be that happy. Every now and then I need to switch it up a little bit, and I feel like that switch up is coming at the right time, right now. It found me, and that is a big enough sign for me. But it doesn't make it less scary. Anyway, welcome to the vlog. I just went for a walk. I'm on my way to get some coffee, but I decided to give a call to my dad. Let's go grab some coffee. By the way, that is not mine, but it adds to the frame, doesn't it?
Of course, yeah.
Hey guys, I hope you can hear me despite the cars passing. Soon I hope to invest in a microphone. Anyway, I noticed that the baristas were speaking Farsi, and I gathered up all of my courage to speak to them in Farsi as well, just to hold a casual conversation. I guess I just started speaking to them in Farsi, which caught them off guard. I got so nervous. I started stumbling over my words, and they responded to me in English. I was hoping to have a conversation in Farsi, but since it is a language that I don't speak as often, especially in a scenario like in Canada, actually no, I get to speak more Farsi in Canada because there is a bigger community of Persian people here. I felt really proud of myself. I am happy that I tried. I think that sometimes happens with people in the Netherlands as well. Like you see somebody struggling to order something in Dutch, so you then instinctively switch to English. But I try not to do that unless they ask me to, because I want to help them. I want to be there for them as they are progressing in their language journey. Anyway, I'm gonna join the craze of getting back home. See you later. Am I sure that I want to submit? Here we go. Hello. I'm feeling very cozy today, so I'm just gonna be a couch potato. I am dressed to be a couch potato. I just want to reflect on some of the decisions I had to make in the past week. This week, I've been dealing with a sense of accomplishment, but then also a sense of homesickness. So earlier in the vlog, I showed you guys that I applied, like I sent in my application for a permanent residency, and it feels like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulder. The next day, I guess I felt a little homesick. With that homesickness comes the fact that I can't leave Canada. Once you apply for permanent residency, it is advised to not leave the country for the duration of the process, up until you get your permanent residency approved. When I heard that, I read it. When I read it, I felt devastated. Other than my love for travel, me being denied to leave the country and possibly, I don't know, go see my family, it just made me feel so sad. It made me feel confined, like I am confined to the house. For some reason, that's how it felt, like I can't leave the house. I didn't have any plans for travel this year anyway. Nothing was set in stone. Sean and I had been thinking about places to go this year, but now that I can't leave the country, it suddenly all weighs a lot worse. I felt all this pressure, or I can't travel. This whole process might take up to a year, and that is if everything goes well. Otherwise, it could even go for a lot longer. So yeah, I was overthinking it. I kept looking for ways. Like, I spent hours on forums and websites and just looking for an answer of whether you really can't leave the country and what kind of an impact that will have on your application process. I was in my head so much that it tired me out. It's out of my hands now. It's beyond my control. I've sent it in and I have to wait for the next steps, and that is it. I have been dealing with that little piece of information for weeks now, and that is probably one of the reasons why I ended up not applying sooner, which is also not the smartest move, but hey, here we are. I've applied, it's done now, and I'm very proud of myself for taking the step anyway. At some point, I will receive permanent residency and we will all be good in the hood. I spent some time kind of reflecting on this decision. I spent some time thinking about, okay, is it really that bad? Because if this were to be the case in the Netherlands, yes, I would be very upset. The Netherlands is very small. You probably would be able to see the whole country in 2 weeks. And I'm being gracious. Canada's huge. Second biggest country in the world. There is so much this country has to offer. And if I ever were to make a permanent choice of staying in Canada, then I'm gonna have to invest my time seeing this country. And once I did a little bit more research, I felt quite a lot better because I get to see some places within this beautiful country. Right now, I'm basing my decision of staying here on one place, like one city, one province. All of those things help me look at this kind of limitation from the bright side. And if there's anything I want to stop doing is limiting myself. Like, obviously, this is something beyond my control, but that doesn't mean that I have some room within those limitations. I feel like this is going to be kind of the theme for this year, where I just try to make the best of my time here. I guess we're going to see if this is a place that I could call home. Home is where you make it, and home is within yourself. I hope I can find that bit of home within me someday, but for now, I'm excited to travel around with you guys. I feel like this is a good place to end the vlog, however uneventful, yet still very chaotic. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.